Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Bagmen Podcast. This is episode 12 of season 2. See, I told you, Stock, we were back on track.
We are.
Back on track. We're trying to get to 25 before the end of the year. Special guest, you can see his name up there. We'll get to him here in a sec. Stock, we got the rewind section. What do you got for rewind?
Rewind since last week. I had a great weekend.
Oh, good.
And
because I didn't see you this weekend. That's why you had a great weekend.
School. No, on Saturday, a series of unexpected
we don't get copyright if you say unexpected.
No. Yes. What is that word?
Inconveniences.
Inconveniences, yes.
Oh.
Unexpected inconveniences.
Okay.
Put me in a perfect position where I could help somebody, and it was a really good experience.
Oh, good. Yeah. So not inconveniences to you, or kind of?
Just if certain things hadn't happened, I never would have ended up where I was.
And if things happen another way, this would be a rant?
Maybe.
Is that what's going on?
If it happened to me, then it would be a rant.
Fair. All right. Yeah. So what's been going on? Well, we're in finals week. We're going to talk about that here in a second.
Question for you.
Yes.
And you too, Trevor. We started finals today. Have you already finalized your 9-week classes?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Some of them, yes.
Yeah.
I'm close on 2.
Yeah.
But I've got extra credit assignments out that I don't want to close them before the kids get a chance to do them. I know you can revise them in Harmony after, you close them.
Yeah.
I just don't like to be in that habit. Calling Mrs. Myers, saying, "Hey, by the way, all those incompletes need to be, whatever." But I've done it both ways in the past.
Yeah.
I've had them finalized before finals, and I've had them open past finals. So kind of just how the class is going, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, what about you, Stock? What are you feeling?
I'm about half and half, kind of like you.
Yeah.
Something, though, every time we have to finalize something, I call Mrs. Brown.
Yeah.
Just to say, I'm going to click here, here, and here. Is that correct? And she says, yes, that's correct. And I always apologize. I'm sorry to bother you. But she says, and this goes for all teachers, she would rather you call her and bother her. It's not a bother, though.
I like that, bother her, yes.
Rather than do it wrong and she has to fix it later.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So what I would tell you is don't get too comfortable, Stock, because I did have a conversation with our new tech guy today, Mr. Davis, and he said that we're looking at Skyward pretty heavy right now, and we've started the migration, and we're looking at next year. So don't get too comfortable in Harmony, I guess, is the note on that one.
We've had Harmony for 15 years or so?
Yeah.
I've never been comfortable with it.
So were we with Harmony on 1.0 or was 2.0 the first one we had? So like the desktop version. You remember that? Like when it was a desktop, you had to click the program to launch it. And then 3.0 went to web.
Yes. I think we had to start on the web, on the desktop.
Yeah, I remember being on the desktop.
Yeah.
That's been a minute. Because we had to have that token installed on our computer in order to get to it. Yeah. Wow, that's been a while. Oh my gosh, we're old.
But then the secretaries
when did that happen?
The secretaries were upgraded before we were. And so
I do remember that.
Everything was better. And they're like, oh, you just click here and here. I don't have that option.
Maybe you can do that, but I sure can't.
Stock, do you remember Grade Quick?
Oh, I do.
Grade Quick.
I do.
Yeah.
Is that brutal?
It's essentially a fancy spreadsheet.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like that.
I kind of liked it. It was color coded and it made it helpful.
It was simplified for the user.
But it was only for grades.
Only for grades.
We had a completely seperate thing for attendance. And so Harmony grouped it all together.
Well, that doesn't get chaotic or confusing, does it?
Oh, not at all.
Oh, my goodness. I went back to a standby last week. I went back to Test Gen.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember Test Gen?
I do.
It's a CD-ROM.
Yeah.
That was the installation. But it's still great software.
Yeah.
And it worked great for me. See, anything else in the last week? On a personal note, Kelsey's been running a donation drive.
Okay.
And probably part of the reason you were conscripted to come in today. She's been running a drive to collect clothing for, the less fortunate in the community, and also other stuff to take to Hope Springs in Attica, which is a shelter in Attica that they do great things. Mrs. Girdler in the elementary school is a big part of that. She's on the board there. We had really good turnout throughout the couple weeks that we've been doing it. Mr. Dickerson's family was very generous and donated as well. And we came home Friday, which was our cutoff day, to like 20 to 25 bags on the front porch of like clothes and toys and stuff that they can use at Hope Springs and all this kind of stuff. So thank you to the community. You did great. It was awesome to see that kind of stuff. Kind of a headache to sort everything over the weekend. Our entire living room was like stacks of sizes and sexes and all this kind of stuff.
It's a good headache, though.
But it's a great headache. And we want to thank everybody that donated. It's just been a huge blessing. And we hope to make it a huge blessing for everybody in the community. So,
are you still collecting?
I think she's done on one of them, but not the other. And I don't want to put words into her mouth. So I'm going to say yes because I looked at our living room. But I'm sure you can make your own donations as well. We're just trying to consolidate everything and then get it in that way.
All right.
But really great causes, really cool people that we can help, and really great people that help donate. So we want to thank everybody that did that. And that was this last week. So
last week, also on Thursday, we had the band concert, the Christmas concert.
Wow, what a concert.
It was great.
It was great. Okay. So the first thing I want to mention is this is the first time I've ever seen our choir be bigger than our band.
Yeah.
So the choir was, 11 people, I think?
I think so.
And they sounded great.
Yeah.
They did. They sounded great. They had lower voices. They got a lot more guys than they usually do. And they sounded awesome. The band with 8 people was fantastic.
They sounded great.
Yeah.
They sounded like they had 50.
So I'm assuming, if you're like me, Stock, was the Barbarian song your favorite one? It was good.
It was nice.
It was good. It was hilarious.
But there was no sleigh ride. You can't have Christmas without sleigh ride.
I knew that would come up. Is that your rant?
Oh,
there it is. Yep, rant number 3. No sleigh ride. No, I was actually in the room when you asked Mr. Hess if he was going to play that, and he said, no, absolutely not. That's Stock's favorite. He looks for it every Christmas concert.
And I keep missing it.
You were involved in the Christmas concert one year, weren't you? Didn't you do like a voiceover or something? You did a reading for one of them. Spring show. Yeah, spring show. Yeah. But what a great concert. It was
amazing.
Happy with the 6th grade's come a long way.
Yeah.
And they're now the 6th grade band.
Yeah.
7th and 8th was awesome. And then when we got to high school, wow.
Yeah.
It was a really great show.
He said
Mr. Hess does a great job.
He said the big jump that the 6th graders did is that now they were playing rhythms different from each other. Yeah.
And then they showed the example of that, and it sounded really good. I was actually really impressed.
Yeah.
And it's good to see Javi down there playing his trumpet, That's always a fun one. But yeah, band concert was fantastic. Also wrap up, Mr. Myers took some guys and girls down to, was it Indianapolis?
Yeah.
To compete in some competitions, and they finished top 10 in both, from what I saw.
Number 8, I think.
8 and 6, I think, or something like that. So congratulations. Mr. Myers does an awesome job with everything he does. That's in the state. So they finished first in the Area 9 stuff.
Yeah.
And then in the state, wow, top 10?
Yeah.
How cool is that from a little school?
Well, Covington ranked 14th in the state.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've got good things going on.
Good things going on. Good things going on. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
All right. From good things to a dreaded thing. First of all, we'll bring Mr. Dickerson on. Mr. Dickerson, welcome to the show.
He's the dreaded thing.
The dreaded thing, yes. Mr. Dickerson is not the dreaded thing. But Mr. Dickerson, how long have you been here now, here at CHS?
This is year 19.
Wow.
Year 19, a veteran.
Oh, yeah.
But you started in middle school, right?
I paid my dues for 4 years, and this is year 15 in the high school.
Yeah.
Year 15 in the high school. So what's the... Yes, I am. What's the biggest noticeable difference between middle school and high school? At least when the time you jumped from middle school to high school.
They don't ever shut their mouths. They think everything they say and do is hilarious.
Yes.
High schoolers, freshmen still have some of those middle school tendencies, but they are a lot more chill.
Yes.
And you just don't get as near as much noise.
Oh my goodness. That hallway is insane. And I know that it's quieter than it could be, or it's quieter than it probably should be, but man, it's still loud. And you have those doors open. Holy moly, there's so much energy is what it is. Yeah. My goodness. I wish I had any of that. That doesn't require caffeine.
For me, it's caffeine and sugar, but I think I've had too much sugar over the weekend.
Yeah.
You're blue, I'm sugar.
Yeah.
It's affecting me.
Too much sugar, no water.
Yes.
I love it.
You're a math teacher.
Correct.
Which math courses do you teach?
I teach all the geometry. I do have one Algebra 2 class. I recently switched with Corey Smoltz. I did Algebra 2 for 12 years, I believe. And then him and I swapped. He took Algebra 2, and I think now he does Algebra. And I am geometry now for year 3. And I was a little nervous and not sure I was super thrilled about switching, but I actually like it. I think it worked out for the best, for the better. And I also have personal finance.
Yeah, my old
that's
baby.
good.
Yeah,
How's that going? You liking Dave?
Dave does a good job.
Yes.
I agree with about 90 to 95% of what he says.
Yeah.
Some of it's a bit extreme, but he does it works.
I always liked metering in my own opinions every now and then as well.
I am super appreciative of Mr. Craig Sowers. Get me all set up to make things as super smooth as possible.
That foundations program, I think, is a pretty good program, and I think our kids benefit a lot from that.
I think every kid should take a course.
Yeah, I am along the same line, and I've been. I don't know if you guys even know this, but I've been rewriting the internship program. So we can make it and we can host it all online, and it's been a monumental task to this point. But we're putting in a personal finance section, and it's going to be focused on foundations and basically just common sense financial planning. Which doesn't exist in today's world. But if we can set our kids up with an emergency fund by the time they get out of here, that was some of the coolest stuff I ever heard from that class was, hey, I've got an emergency fund saved up by, the end of the semester, and I plan on doing this, this, and this. And I'm like, you're ahead of 99% of the rest of the kids, in your situation.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I loved that program. I'm glad you're running with it. Final stock, what do you got finals-wise? Did you give any today?
I gave one today, my French won, and everyone passed.
Yeah.
Oh, is that against the law to say that?
That is not. Now, if you said Johnny passed with a 89%, no, that's awesome.
And here's what I tell the kids. If you've done okay on the tests and quizzes throughout the semester, you will do absolutely fine on the final.
Yeah.
But they never believe me.
Yeah. Pay attention and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling them. Yeah. Mr. Dickerson, did you give any semester exams today?
I did. I gave a couple. And for the most part, I'm fine. Had a couple not so good.
Right. Oh, you're going to have those every now and then.
Yeah.
Let's see. What did I give today? I gave APCS2, and we'll know when I get around to grading them. So the APCS2, it's a college level class, college freshman level class, and we practice the FRQ, which is a free response question. So we're not on computers for the first time, and it's basically handwriting code, and it's all memorization. So it's a culmination of everything we've been through, and then practicing for the big test at the end of the year with our semester exam. So we'll see. Anything you want to talk about finals by stock? You got how many tomorrow? I know there's 3 tomorrow, but do you have 3?
I've got all 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you got?
We've got first hour, which is French 2, 4th hour, which is French 2, and 8th hour, which is French 3.
Okay. French 3 is your highest this year?
No, I have one French 4.
French 4?
Yep.
Okay. Is that independent study? I've asked this
essentially,
before, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Dickerson, what do you have tomorrow?
Oh, I got Algebra 2 and 2 geometry classes.
Oh, nice. Picking those shapes.
2 of them are small classes, so
Well, that'll help.
won't keep me too busy.
Yeah. 80 minutes is tedious with small classes as well, though. So if you guys didn't know, our finals are 80 minutes long, and the rest of the schedule is kind of modified around that.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I give parts 2 and 3 of the CS1 final. Ooh. So it's a 4-part final.
Fancy.
Yeah. They got to take 1 and 4 home over the weekend, look stuff up, ask their friends. Tomorrow is the no electronics on at all, and you're taking multiple choice, true, false. So that'll be fun. I think they're ready.
Yeah.
They've been ready for a while. We started a new program this year, Code HS, and they did basically a year of what we would have done previously in a semester.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we have to finish 2 units up, but we've been cooking.
Now, is that because it's a better program, or is it because technology's changed and you can get more done easily?
Probably a little of both, honestly. Okay. I think a biggest change with Code HS over PLTW, we used to be a PLTW, we had no problems with PLTW. Mm-hmm. They kind of walk you into concepts instead of like, hey, here's the concept, here's what you need to know, do it. They kind of walk you into stuff. So like we did MIT App Inventor, which is block-based programming. A lot of these kids have already had that in middle school, so they don't need it again. Mm-hmm. They kind of understand the concepts of loops and stuff like that by the time they get to me, which is awesome. Elementary and middle school teachers, good job. Keep it coming. So we're able to onload those kids with straight up code as soon as they get here. Mm. And then we would take a detour with PLTW with the SDVs, self-driving vehicles, and we would spend 9 weeks or more on those. The kids already understand loops, so we don't need to do that. Okay. So that's kind of the biggest change is we take away 2 big chunks of that old program because we just don't need it. And then they're able to introduce new, higher concepts in this program in a shorter amount of time.
Okay.
I mean, both work. Both are great. But it's going to allow us to do some more hands-on stuff in the second semester, which is really exciting.
Craig likes technology.
I love technology. I get excited when other people get excited about technology. But it's, well, I mean, you look at the world right now, and that's kind of the way we're going. We're going like math, interpretation, AI, right? That's the future. So everything's based on large language models.
But you have to be able to... They're letting computers do all the translating now.
Kind of. It's all still based on like large language models, which is, human input.
Until that solar flare hits, and then who's going to be coming to me?
Everyone who wants to exchange their euros. I don't know. Is the franc dead?
Not in their hearts.
So yes,
essentially,
it's a euro. Okay.
It's been 20 years since they changed. There are still some people who just will say franc out of habit.
That vehemently deny being in the EU.
Yeah.
I think that's a common thing. All right, Stock, you had 2, maybe 3 rants now.
2 rants.
Okay.
I'll stick to 2.
Okay. What do you got?
First is the bell ringers outside of stores now. And I'm not ranting about them. I think they're doing a great job. I'm ranting about the people who just walk by.
That's me. That's why I wear headphones.
For most people, $1 will not break the bank. Put $1 in the bucket.
Okay, here's my problem.
Okay.
And we'll see if Mr. Dickerson's in the same boat as I am. I don't carry cash at all, ever. Everything, honestly, right now, and this is a big thing in the Ramsey thing as well, when we talk about pain receptors and how it affects your payment systems. So like when you use cash, he associates it with like physical pain. So it's harder for you to spend cash. When you swipe a credit card...
No, it's not.
Well, really. When you swipe a credit card, it's a little harder or a little easier to do. When you go tap to pay, it's super easy to do. So you don't even think about the money that you're putting forward. And that's what I've been doing lately is tap to pay. Mm-hmm. And it's super easy. And I'm very cognizant of the money I'm spending, but I could see where people get carried away with just tapping and stuff like that. So I don't carry cash. Mm-hmm. All of my stuff is bank straight to, service.
You could drop your debit card in there.
Yeah, I could. I mean, why not? I'll get violated again. Did you know that, Mr. Dickerson? I got violated 2 times on my debit card in a week.
Oh boy,
it was a rough week. I was at Lafayette twice.
So we've had something like that happen a couple of times. But we got it squared away pretty quick.
Yeah, it's more annoying at this point than anything else. I mean, IFQ did a really good job with me. Yeah. So do you love the bell ringer people?
I respect what they're doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I give, sometimes I don't. I'm same boat. I don't always carry cash.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do have cash, sometimes it's just really big bills, and that would be a tough thing to part with.
Yeah.
I hate to admit it.
That's a humble brag, Stock.
I see.
Humble brag. Hey guys, I only carry hundreds. So you're not getting that.
I just want to make a note.
No, but I'll carry 20s though, and I don't want to break them.
Right.
Because they're gone.
Daddy Warbucks from Annie, he was bald too.
We just watched that. We just watched the 1999 Annie last night.
Is that the one with Carol Burnett?
No, that is the one with Kathy Bates.
Okay.
As Miss Brannigan.
Okay.
Is that Brannigan?
I think so.
Like Laura Brannigan?
Brannigan or Flanagan?
I don't know. Hannigan. Hannigan.
Okay.
I think it is Hannigan.
I've never seen Annie.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're in the chat right now, tell me who's right. Who wore it best?
Truth be told, my kids have pressured my wife and I, and it's kind of pushed us to be more giving when we walk past the bell ringers or drive up to a stop sign and there's a homeless person there with a sign.
Sure.
They get mad at us if we don't give them money or food or something. And it was like, you know, we might tell them, we'll stop by later, and they will not forget.
No, you'll stop now.
You better believe they're going to remind you that there's that excuse isn't going to work.
Oh, I'm sure.
And when you say the kids get on your case, you've got 4 of them.
Oh yeah.
He can't escape it.
No.
There's no escaping it. Oh, that's great. No, I have less of an excuse when I'm in the car because I have the change right there in the cup holder.
Yeah.
So like when the firemen have their boots out and all that stuff, it's easier just to, you know, throw some quarters in there. But no, traditionally when I'm walking into a store, I don't have cash or change on me. Yeah, you can
Until
have
that solar flare hits.
you can have my PetSmart card. You can have my True Value card. That's about all I carry on me, and my debit card. So you're welcome to it. There's not a lot in there. So rant 1 stock, that was a banger,
rant 1.
Man. What do you got for rant 2?
My back.
Don't start the Kaya song.
Also,
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I carry all my stress in my right shoulder.
I thought you were going to say I carry the weight of the world.
No, you're the one who does that.
I don't know about that.
No, Jesus.
I collapsed. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I got called Jesus today, which was, I don't know if it was a derogatory term. And they just go, oh, Jesus, this guy.
So, Mom, what do you think? Sasquatch or Jesus?
Why not? But I did get called by middle schooler Rasputin.
Oh.
I like that one a lot better.
Okay.
Because the long beard.
Yeah.
And we'll stop there.
But no, just everything in my back hurts.
You think it's an alignment thing?
Probably alignment, age, not working out. We were talking about that at lunch.
You need a ring dinger.
I need a new back.
Have you seen those on YouTube?
Too.
Have you seen a ring dinger?
No.
Have you seen a ring dinger, Mr. Dickerson?
Not sure.
Okay, so I watch a lot of those videos where people they call them crack addicts because you know they align them and crack them.
Okay.
The ring dinger, I think it's trademarked now, or registered or something. So they lay you on the chiropractor's table. They put metal rods on the side so you can't really move, and then they put a towel around your neck. And then they pull your head straight up and you hear it like crunch.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to like break everything free from like there all the way down your body. Because you hear like this huge crack and they go, oh, I felt it all the way down. That's kind of the trademark quote. Maybe you need one of those. If you need your head knocked off, I'll help you.
Well, I was hoping for a medieval rack and just get
Just a torture rack?
Yes.
I don't think we're allowed to have those here. Oh my gosh.
I would love to go to a chiropractor every week.
Yeah.
It's just I wish I could afford it.
Yeah.
I feel selfish if I go more than once. They'll tell you, they'll give you this schedule. Oh, we come back 2 times this week and once every week after that, or however many times. And it's like all I see is dollar signs, and I just feel selfish. And it's like this money could be better spent on family stuff, and
Could be better spent on a Nintendo Switch.
right on.
Yeah, you were going fairly regularly there for a while, weren't you?
Yes.
To Andrea, right?
Yes. Life got a little busy, and I told her I can't come right now. It was baseball and just everything going on in the spring.
Is she still in the same building?
When you say same building, which one are you thinking?
The Homers.
No.
She moved out of there a while ago.
Yeah, she's on the north, south, east, west.
Oh, here we go.
She's on the east side of Petersburg now.
The east side of
Yeah.
okay.
I guess in Sterling.
Oh, okay. That's fairly nice.
Yeah. But she said, call me when you're available.
Yeah.
Then summer came and I could just stay home and sleep. So
Okay.
I'll tell you this though.
Yes.
I did help me out, Craig.
We went to a hockey game. That's the last thing I know.
No.
Okay.
Summer school. I did summer school.
Yeah.
Right after school. So graduation ended. Then I did 3 weeks of summer school.
Couldn't get enough.
Then when I went home that last day of summer school, I sat down in my chair. My shoulders were sunken and my whole body just felt at ease.
Oh, really? You were relaxed.
Yeah. And that's the first time that's happened in I don't know how long.
Well, graduation's so stressful for you guys anyway. You and Miss Davis.
Oh, Davis is so stressful for me. She's great though.
Yeah, she's fantastic. But that's a lot of pressure at the end of the year with grades and finals and graduation, and honestly, it even runs back to the month before that with prom.
Prom,
And that's when all the stuff starts, because you usually MC that.
Yeah.
And getting all that together, and man, that last month is a rush.
Well, this whole second semester is a rush. Davis and I start planning graduation starting in January.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Holy moly. We'll know what sad song the kids want for their slideshow here in a little bit. I'm not gonna cry. That was a banger for a while. Any more rant stock?
Nope. That's all I have.
Well, I'm going to move down to the upcoming stuff and things, and I'm going to get you guys opinion on something. And stock, I'm assuming you'll have a strong opinion on this.
Okay. I still have that thing Peggy wants me to say.
Oh, do you want to say it now?
Should I? Okay.
We're in the upcoming section.
All right.
So go ahead. I can remember what I'm going to say.
Is camera on me?
Camera's on you. Camera's always on you, man.
Hi, Peggy. Love you.
Hey, Peg.
Peggy asked me a few days ago when I went down to get breakfast. She wants everyone to be nice on the internet, especially if you're on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought about this. If you wouldn't say it to their face, don't say it to their Facebook.
Is that your new? That's your new hang in there cat poster.
That's my 2024.
Oh, I love it. That's so great. No, I have the sign that's up in the front of the classroom. I'm sure you've seen it before.
Yeah.
It says, "What happens today goes viral tomorrow."
Yeah.
And it spreads like crazy, and that's something we didn't have to deal with when we were that age. So, and then, people grew up with it, and they think that it's just something to use that doesn't go anywhere, but it goes somewhere.
It goes everywhere.
And it stays. Yeah. I've told the kids some terrifying things about Snapchat to where some of them just stop using it. I don't know if you guys know this, but in their terms of service, there is actually a line that says you waive your moral rights when you're on Snapchat.
Your moral rights?
Your moral rights to any content or anything that you've put on there or anything you've not put on there.
Wow.
Because when your camera is on, even when you're not taking a picture or video, it is recording. Mm-hmm. So it's saving all those temporary files to your phone. Mm-hmm. So just be aware of that. It's kind of terrifying and scary, but we do a terms of service because nobody reads terms of service. We do a whole lesson on that. And that was one of the ones that kind of stuck out at me.
I think people should know about Snapchat. I haven't used it for, I don't know how many years.
I haven't used it for like 15 minutes. How long have we been live?
People think the picture's just there for however long and then it's gone forever.
Yeah.
No.
And that's not just Snapchat. That's everything. That's all social media. You just kind of have to be careful.
We had a police lady from Lafayette come. Do you remember her? It was when those two ladies in
Delphi. Yeah.
Oh, okay. She came and talked to us, and she said, I have the equipment to find every picture you've ever had on your phone.
Yes, as do I. Did you not know that?
I didn't.
Oh, yeah. I went to training at the State Police Academy, and they showed us the software because I was working as like the software tech for the Covington Police Department.
Okay.
And they gave me the software that I can look up anything on your phone. As long as your phone's connected to a computer, I can look up whatever. Stock slides his phone away. I wouldn't. But I have had to do that in the past, and I have the capability to do that. So just be aware. Be cognizant of what you're doing and sending.
Yeah.
But it's still a great tool. So it can be a great tool for communication, get a hold of people, getting rid of a bunch of clothes. So if you, I'll not do that pitch today. But it can be the greatest tool or the most destructive. It's just how you use it.
Shakespeare said, there is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so.
Oh.
And I think that applies to technology.
Oh, that's fair.
It's neither good or bad. It's how you use it.
Another Shakespeare quote that I memorized off the top of my head is, I prefer Tom and MySpace to Facebook. William Shakespeare. Or as he was known on MySpace, Billy Shakes. He was in my top 8 people. Maybe that should be a question for us. Who's your top 8 MySpace? But yeah, direct quote
on MySpace.
I tried the other day. It's a music service now, and Tom is a millionaire that just travels around the world taking pictures. Tom, I think his name was Anderson. Were you on MySpace, Mr. Dickerson?
For a little while.
You were a MySpace guy.
Yeah.
I did see I saw a tweet that said Twitter needs music playing in the background and a page that everybody can go visit. And then like the quote tweet was, they just discovered MySpace. Oh, that was pretty great. But what we got upcoming here, Stock? We've got Christmas break upcoming.
Christmas break starts Thursday. Wednesday is our last day of school.
Yes.
And we come back on Thursday the 4th, is it?
It is the 4th,
Okay.
yes. Thursday the 4th.
Thursday the 4th.
So short week coming back.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
That'll be good. But
That'll
we
be
have
great.
2 full weeks for Christmas, and that's good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Or I guess holiday. Sorry, don't want to offend
I
anyone.
think it still says Christmas break on the calendar.
Okay, I'm good then. Then
Shakes fist at camera. Forget you guys.
I think some bi-county schools go all week.
do they?
This week?
I know Seeger does.
Those
Oh.
poor souls.
So they're going to be tired for the bi-county games.
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me.
Awesome.
Thursday night is a school night.
Oh, man. Get to bed early, kids. Get beat, go home. And then,
Actually-
you don't have to show up Friday night.
Take final the next day.
Better advice.
That's awful.
Better advice would be don't stay up all night, Covington.
Yeah, for real. But we will be broadcasting the holiday tournament. It's up. We're in the upcoming section.
Okay.
If you guys didn't know, we will be at the holiday tournament on Thursday and Friday of this week. We'll be doing the boys and girls entry games for Covington and Seeger. And then Friday night, we'll be doing the championship games. A change from most of the times in the past is there's no consolation game this year. So it's just championship games on Friday night. You can watch or listen to both of those on Kiss Country 103.1. If you go to their Facebook, you can see our video joined with their audio. So that's that. Will you be doing the yes chant at an away game?
I don't know.
Have you done the yes chant at away games?
I've done a few, but it's been a few years. It's usually bigger, like crowds, like sectional games.
Okay.
And so a lot of away games I don't.
Okay.
How did that come about? Is that something you did in college or what?
I'm trying to think how long it's been. 8 to 10 years
It's
ago.
been a while. Yeah.
It was at a bi-county game at Fountain Central, and I feel like it was just a random discussion in class. And
As all good things
That's how good things start. Yeah.
Darian Llewellyn and
awesome.
Seth Persinger
Oh, what a group. The dynamic duo.
came up, and they were spirit lifters.
Yep.
And they came and found me in the crowd and asked me if I would lead them in a yes cheer. And so I made up on the spot then and there what I've been saying all these years.
Oh, that's amazing.
And just kind of winging it, and it went over pretty well, and it's been a hit ever since.
I love it.
You've become a Covington legend.
That's how things kind of make it into the book, isn't
Yeah,
it, Stock? That's kind of how you
exactly.
got to announcing like a lot of the homecoming stuff. Hey, do you want to do this? And then it's just every year at every event now.
Do I know the first time I got to announce something?
The first, was it Mrs. Myers?
It was Mrs. Myers.
Yes, I remember this.
She was doing my brain's already on vacation.
Homecoming prom,
Student council.
Yeah.
It was winter homecoming for student council.
Okay.
And I was walking in just to, see the thing and watch the basketball game.
Yeah.
And so I'm paying my money. This is before I knew that we could get our tickets for free.
Oh, you just walked past.
Well, I'm paying my money.
High five Peggy as she walked past.
She runs up and grabs me. Can you announce for me? I forgot to ask anyone. I'm like, well, okay. And she sticks
great.
the script in front of me, and I've been announcing ever since.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yes. And if you didn't know, Stock, you do, what is it? All the senior night stuff.
Yeah.
You do the prom.
Yeah.
You do all the homecoming stuff.
Yep.
Man, basically, anytime there's a special event, you're kind of there doing it.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah. Hey,
And baseball.
and baseball.
Yep.
Yeah. Big shout out to a volunteer. Chad Herzog is doing the PA announcing at the
Yes,
boys'
he
games.
is.
Doing a great job.
Yeah.
So thanks for volunteering. Mr. Fye did a great job for the years that he was doing it. It's cool to see somebody in the community step up and do it. So that's awesome. I'll be on the PA tonight at the girls' game. If you didn't know, we're down to 7 girls right now, so it's varsity only. It'll be a quick night if you want to come out and support the girls. They're playing, I believe, Terre Haute South.
A lot of sickness, isn't there?
Well, yeah, we got some things going on. A knock in the head, a broken nose. We're down to 7 girls, 2 subs, and it makes it a conditioning nightmare.
Yeah.
When you're not subbing a lot of people.
So it is a home game.
It is a home game tonight.
Okay.
And I found out about it second hour.
I could have swore I saw away on Max Preps.
Well, and then I saw the announcements that Stephanie sends out, and it didn't mention any game tonight. So I asked Emma, and she said, yes, we have a home game. I think it was she said it was supposed to be tomorrow maybe, and away or something, but it's moved to tonight and here. I did finally get the official word from Travis, though. So it is a home game tonight. I didn't know about it either.
Certainly beats driving to Terre Haute on a school
my
night,
goodness.
final exams the next
on an icy night too is what we're hearing. So we're talking snow and ice tonight, down to 14 degrees.
Yep.
So another beautiful day in Indiana. But that's just kind of how it goes.
Talking about ice.
Yes.
On January 13th, that is the next free hockey game that the Danville Pickup League is doing over at Palmer Arena. Starts at 8 o'clock Indiana time, 7 o'clock Danville time. I don't know who the charity is yet, but Max will tell us when.
They mentioned it. I can't remember.
Yeah, they mentioned it, but I don't know.
Shoot. Man. Peggy said she'll be there tonight, by the way, in the chat.
Okay.
So we got something to look forward to.
Yeah, so January 13th.
January
Take your
13th.
kids.
Yeah. If you see Stock, and it's a funny story on how we noticed you. If you see Stock, he was wearing his white, you call them sweaters in hockey, right? But a jersey.
No,
Yeah, it was a white shirt.
it was a white long sleeve
Yeah, it was a
t-shirt
white shirt. But
with a D on it.
we looked across and they're like, I think that's Stock. And then the next thing we hear is, I think that's Mrs. Crawley next to him, or Miss Crawley next to him. Yeah, that looks like them. It looked like quite the pair, quite the group you had over there.
Yeah.
We were across the way in our regular seats. We took most of Ryan's kids. One of them was sick, but we took most of them, and we just had a blast.
Yeah. It's a lot of
Two
fun.
periods of hockey is about what we can handle, is what we found. But a great time.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, it's free. So what does it hurt? Nothing, unless the kids want to go to the concession stand.
Which I still haven't found yet.
$2 for popcorn, which I don't think is bad because you get the boxed popcorn,
Okay.
like the circus kind. And then $3 to $5 for other stuff, hot dogs, nachos. Nachos are $3, I think. So, and it's a cool cause usually. So it's military, Toys for Tots, that kind of stuff. So
I saw some people
not?
there with adult beverages. Do they
yeah,
sell those too?
it's over on our side as well. Stock,
Okay.
you just need to sit on our side. We got all the cool stuff. You have all the raffles and stuff.
The Crawleys have adopted me for hockey.
They have they're right behind the home bench as well.
Got to support the team.
But come hang out with us for a while. You can get all kinds of soda and you don't drink water, so you get all kinds of soda. Just live your life.
Hey, there's water and soda.
Love your life. That's fair. High fructose corn syrup as well. All right. Anything else we need to mention on the upcoming? Come and see Peggy tonight. She's taking tickets, I would assume, at the girls' game. Like I said, varsity only, so it's only like an hour 15, hour 30 of your time, and you can come and support classmates or the girls' team. New coach, Mr. Mark Switzer, Mr. Allen's there, so come support the community, guys. Come support your school community as well. Anything else, Doc? You're pondering very intently.
I just have a holiday question for you both.
Okay.
Top of the tree, star or angel?
Ooh, Mr. Dickerson, what do you think? Star or angel?
For me, it's typically been a star. I believe my parents do have an angel. I think both are great.
Yeah, they both work.
Okay.
This year we have a ribbon, a red ribbon. So I'm throwing everything off. We got a red ribbon up at the top of the tree. Typically, as I was growing up, we had one of those light up stars. So like one of the stars you put up and you still have to plug in to like the lights and it would light up and do motions and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we did all the way through my youth. And then I just didn't put up a tree for a long time. But we're back to trees and we're back to ribbons. What do you do, Stock?
We always did a star until the production quality of stars started to go down. And Mom said, I'm not paying for this. And so now she puts an angel up there.
The first thing I thought was that the star is on the Chinese flag, and that's where they were all made. As the production quality plummets. All right, so our favorite part of the program, the speed round. Stock, you've been doing such a great job going through the speed round questions lately. I'm going to let you take the lead here.
Okay.
And we'll be off. Go ahead.
Trevor, what brought you to Covington?
Well, I had a relationship with a girl in Lafayette that lasted nearly 2 years, and I thought I should take that serious. And so had it like about an hour radius around Lafayette, and I actually interviewed at Fountain Central first. And the 7th grade teacher, I can't remember her name. You might remember it. I know it was a lady. I'd recognize her name, but roughly 20 years ago, she was the one who got the job at Fountain Central over me.
Okay.
They referred me over to Steve Reynolds. I didn't even know Covington had an opening. I got a call while I was working at Fazoli's up in West Lafayette.
Yeah.
And I'm not the answer your phone when you don't recognize the number type of guy. But for some reason I did while I was working, which is probably a no-no. And it was Steve Reynolds. And I came and interviewed. He told me it'd be 2 weeks before he could give me an answer. And it was about 5 minutes after I left, he called and offered me the job. And so I had a few other job offers after the fact, but I had already accepted the job here. And I didn't feel right backing out. And here I am.
Yeah. Some good hires from Mr. Reynolds. That was
very good
similar
hires.
to Mr. Anderson's answer.
Yeah.
So some high quality hires.
The first time I met you was at somebody's open house. Stephanie, what's the last name? Not Stephanie. Who's her older sister? Megan.
Well, now they were Talberts then.
Talbert. Yeah, Megan Talbert.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or was it Stephanie Talbert?
I went to Purdue. Megan and I are the same age. Stephanie, I believe, is a few years younger.
Okay.
2.
Small world. I became friends with, I believe it's their cousins, the Fruits family, Jason Fruits, Aaron Fruits.
Aaron, Ashley.
Right.
Yep.
And actually lived with Jason and Aaron Fruits for a few years while I was at Purdue.
Oh, you poor soul.
It's crazy. I'd never heard of Covington, Indiana, and come to find out several of the people that I became friends with or got to know through those friends that were from Covington, and here I am.
Yeah. Fruits family, great family as well.
Are they the ones that own the distillery?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Jason. Small world. Mrs. Smalt's son hangs out with the Fruits, and they are now rooming. so the circle continues. Great people, though. Great family.
Yeah.
And they're all related as well. All the Talberts and Fruits. So good deal.
Question 2: what does Trojan pride mean to you?
Well, I mean, I'm proud to be a Trojan. I actually went my school growing up. We were the Trojans, so I've been a Trojan my whole life. It just feels right. I'm proud of our school academically, athletically, as a community. We have Trojan pride. There's always some exceptions, I guess you could say, but that's everywhere. But the overwhelming feeling is I'm just proud to be here, proud to be a part of it.
Okay.
Absolutely. And he's the yes man. So
He's the yes man.
So he brings the pride.
But he did go to Purdue. We'll put that under the table.
You mean number 1 Purdue?
Ball State.
They're back up to number 1.
Yeah. What a game.
Well, until they play Ball State. Okay, question 3.
Until they play Ball State. That's a big claim there, Stock. That's a bold claim. Okay. We're playing by those rules.
Question 3. Is there a person or event that had a major impact on your life?
Jeez. This guy.
It's hard to pick just one. I mean, I've been blessed with good parents. My wife of 13 plus years, just wonderful people that inspire me to be a better person. So those would be my top 3. And so my parents and my wife, Sarah.
Can I put you on the spot?
Sure.
What was your first reaction when she said, we're having twins?
Ooh.
I remember we were going for an ultrasound, and we actually were expecting another miscarriage. We've gone through 3 of them, and so her numbers were weird, and she just wasn't. There were things that were just a little off, and it was quite a day. Our car broke down on the way there, and hats off to Attica. What's the dealership there? Mike Alsop.
Oh, awesome.
yeah.
We made it there, and they gave us a loaner so that we could get to the hospital and not miss our appointment.
Okay.
That's cool.
Didn't ask anything for it, and we made it. We were a little late, but we made it, and they pull up the ultrasound, and I noticed 2 black spots, and I'm just like, huh. And then the lady doing the ultrasound said, "Okay, don't freak out. There's 2 babies and 2 heartbeats." And I was like, "Oh, all right." So I've told a lot of people that her and I, my wife and I, we argued and fought a little bit about having a 3rd kid. Yeah. Selfishly, I was content with 2. Mm-hmm. She really wanted a 3rd. She was very insistent, and I wanted to stay married, so I gave in. And here we are with twins, so now we have 4. But it's great. I wouldn't change anything, and I love them dearly.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's always a great way to start out a statement too. Don't freak out.
Don't freak out.
Holy moly, that's great.
Okay, if you had to get in a fight, would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 50 duck-sized horses?
That many of anything, I think, just stresses me out. So I would probably go the 1.
The one horse-sized duck. Oh man,
I would go the 50.
Man, but 50 could really gang up on you, man.
And and you get tired.
But you can kick them.
Yeah, but they're horses. That's a lot of power.
Just kick them. Just kick them.
I could see that triggering some serious anxiety. Like I could get around the back of the duck and take its leg out or something.
There you go. He's already thought about it.
I got 2 brothers, man. I'll fight dirty.
Oh, I love it. Oh, you have to. If you have brothers, you got to fight dirty.
Yeah.
Do you want to give him last?
I've got 1 brother. We fight dirty too.
Do you want to give him last seasons?
Would you? Well, when you get dressed, sock, shoe, or sock, shoe?
Both socks. I got to put both socks on, which is not hard because I don't take socks off unless I, obviously get clean ones. But
right.
I'm wearing shoes probably 23 hours and 57 seconds. Or 57 minutes of the day, or 59 minutes.
He's a math teacher, everyone.
There's maybe a minute out of the day where, well, I guess factor in shower time, but about 10 minutes out of the day where I don't wear socks. It's just.
I was hoping you go. There's a minute out of the day. Well, factor in shower time. 2 minutes out of the
day. So, definitely both socks, then both shoes.
Now, follow-up question: sock, pants, shoe, or pants, sock, shoe?
I would say I'd put both socks on first, then the pants.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are wrong. It's sock, shoe, sock, shoe.
I feel like the feet slide through the pants easier with the socks on.
That's Stock's answer too. Mm-hmm. Oh, you guys. Well, hey, when you can't feel your feet.
When you're right, you're right.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, last question.
Okay, the big one.
What would you like your legacy to be, either at Covington or for your family? What would you like your legacy to be?
I would say first and foremost, I just want to be remembered as a good person. A good teacher would obviously be a great thing. I do strive to be a great teacher. I know I'm not perfect. My wife is honestly my biggest inspiration to be a great teacher because I believe she's one of those teachers that kids will remember for their entire lives, the rest of their lives. And I'm not sure I'm one of those teachers. I would like to be. I feel like I like to say I inspired to get her into teaching because we started dating in the beginning of June, and I'm on summer vacation, and I'm living my best life, and she's going to work every day. I'm playing golf, I'm playing video games, doing whatever I want, staying up late, and she has to go to work 5 days a week, and I don't know, maybe there's jealousy, envy, and so she switched from social work to elementary ed, and now, like I said, I think she's one of the best teachers we have here at Covington. Mm-hmm. Yep. And, you know, it's an inspiration to make me want to be better, and I feel like it has made me better. And so, you know, she is part of my legacy, and so I'm proud of that. And so, good person, good dad, good friend, brother, son, just being a good person is kind of the blanket statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you and your wife have both made a huge impact on people. We hear stories about you guys all the time.
Some of them
people
are
who've
even
been on. Yeah, one or two.
Well, thank you.
One or two.
Follow-up question.
Doc.
What do you want? I'm sure that they can choose their own futures, but what would you like to see your kids do?
Something that makes them happy. Prioritize that over money, and that helps people. I mean, do good for this world because we need it. And so, yeah, make the world a better place. Money's nice, but it certainly isn't everything. I hope that they prioritize being a good person, being making a difference over making a buck.
Yeah, the more important thing.
Yeah.
Peggy says she puts an angel on top of her tree.
Oh, Peggy. You're supposed to put a little Debbie Christmas tree on the top of your tree.
Here we go.
That just gives me anxiety. The ants will find it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the little trail up the tree. No one wants that. All right. That takes us to the end, Stock. Anything you want to say before we go?
Nope, I think we're good.
January 13th.
January 13th.
Next hockey game. If
Hockey
you guys
game.
are inclined, go support Max.
Yep.
Support. Okay, are we calling them the Dashers or the Flyers? Because the public address announcer calls them the Flyers. You have Dasher stuff because they wear Dasher stuff. The Zamboni has the Dashers logo on it, which is our favorite part of the entire experience. The Zamboni with the ASMR, like cleaning of the ice. So what do you think there, Stock? Are they the Flyers or the Dashers?
They're the Danville Pickup Hockey League.
Yeah, and that's what it is on Facebook. Somebody needs to figure that out.
Yeah. Oh, like their page on Facebook, too.
Like their page on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do it now.
Do it now. Okay. Mr. Dickerson, anything you want to say before we head out?
No, it was fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. Tell people to come on.
Yeah.
It's a good time. We won't grill you too hard. Peggy, thanks for watching.
Thanks, Peggy.
She says she's great, referring to your wife. So Peggy's a real one. See you tonight, Peg. Bye, everybody.